This is D, and Let's Stress for Life. That's what's up. Does music make a difference in one's life? The answer is yes. In fact, my brothers, my sisters, reason why many people listen to music is because it can offer them some type of hope, some type of solace, as well as some type of escape. And you look at the world right now, it seems to be going to hell in a handbasket, and folk need some type of hope. Some people think actually Snoop Dogg is cashing in on that hope with gospel music, but we'll talk about him later on. As for music and its impact on folk, Dr. Monica Ogando said it best with her acronym HEAL, HEAL. She said that the H stands for health. Music has an impact on an individual's health. How so? Music attacks the nervous system. I shouldn't say attacks because, well, it can attack, it can really agitate individuals, or it can calm individuals. That's the reason why if you listen to music in doctors' offices, you'll hear very calming and very soothing music. And generally speaking, it's Baroque. I guess Baroque is supposed to be like classical or, like organ or piano or concertos or something like that. Also, the E stands for execution, or basically taking action. Music with its beats can drive a person to action. In fact, there's certain types of music that individuals play when they're working out. They play music that will push them, drive them forward. And sadly, you look at some of these hit squads that are out there, some of these jump out squads that are out there. I promise you, they ain't listening to Teletubbies or Mr. Rogers' neighborhood music. They're listening to music that will incite passion. In fact, many of them are tweaked up and tuned up. But let's keep going. You have H, health, you have E, execution, you have A, attitude, which deals with the mood. And music can make you happy, it can make you sad, it can make you angry, it can even make you suicidal. It depends upon history of the music, sure, but it also deals with the music itself on the human body. And the very last thing is learn. And this is my understanding as far as what Dr. Ogando was saying as far as learn deals with a person actually performing, whether singing or whether utilizing a musical instrument. Whatever the case, the music as the person performs actually does something in the brain which causes a person to be able to better use reasoning skills and compartmentalize things as needed. So music is very powerful. And if music were not powerful, then why in the world would the music industry pay composers handsome fees to produce music for their movies? And as good as Sylvester Stallone is as an actor, realize this: Bill Conti's theme song, Gonna Fly Now, really was the star of that movie, Rocky. And try as he might, KRS-One attempted to saturate the inner cities with empowering music, but he was stifled by the powers that were well beyond his control. And this was just as the neighborhoods were being inundated or ravaged with crack and its musical complement. And what was the result? Worsened relations between the black man and the black woman. You had the explosion of violence in the community. You had these sisters being tricked out and degraded, implants and injections just to please their men, just to conform to some very unhealthy and perverted perception of beauty. This thing that we call music now. And you look at the aggression and the assaults between men. That's nothing new, by the way, but this music industry has contributed mightily with its hypnotic and spell-casting beats and words. Maybe Snoop Dogg is trying to change up because he sees how he's messed up. He said it ain't about money. He's worth over $130 million. Shucks, I'd be cool with $1 million. I'd be cool with 130,000, but he has over 130 million. He said it ain't about money. It's about spirituality. And yeah, and I really do believe him, because at a certain age, a brother starts looking back and he can see his impact. If he's honest, he'll take inventory on the good and the bad. And as far as the good, well, it's all good with the good. But with the bad, then it might be time to make some restitution. And listen to what Snoop said. This is what he said when he was interviewed on TV One. And this he said because folk were giving him problems, giving him issues with trying to change things up and go more towards God and more towards the church. He said, "I thought the church was supposed to welcome sinners." Right there, he's acknowledging that he has messed up. If you find somebody trying to find their way back home, the natural thing to do is to be warm, welcoming. Open your arms and say, "Brother, we accept you for who you are and what you're going through." Right there as well, what he's going through. We know you've been doing wrong and you want to get right. So we're going to help you get right. What else needs to be said? But let me keep going. We're not going to throw stones on you when you're trying to get right and walking back into the church house. I don't know what else needs to be said. But there was somebody else who liked music, but he actually refused to listen to the music because it required him to change. Before we get to who it was, I want to encourage you to like, comment, share, as well as subscribe. And after you've subscribed, please click the notification bell so that you can be notified of our next video. And as always, please be sure to go to www.destressmethod.com for more resource information. Now back to that brother who decided not to listen to the music because the music required him to change. This guy was described as a brutal debater. He was an unyielding politician, and he was the father of Russian communism. Who am I talking about? Vladimir Lenin. He was also the founder of the Cheka. The Cheka is the Russian secret police. And they lived by the idea that arresting 100 innocent people is better than freeing one guilty person. And they tortured and they starved the citizens, many of them to death. You hear that music in the background? That was Beethoven's Appassionata. And that music he refused to listen to. And this is the reason why he refused to listen to it. Listen to this quote. "I know nothing that is greater than the Appassionata. I'd like to listen to it every day. It is marvelous, superhuman music. But I cannot listen to music too often. It affects your nerves, makes you want to say stupid, nice things and stroke the heads of people. And now you mustn't stroke anyone's head. You have to hit them on the head without mercy. Have mercy." Snoop is acknowledging the significance of God, and he's trying to make that turn. My advice to you, my advice to anyone is, number one, realize that the French, the social, the female revolution, the Arab Spring, the Syrian summer, it ain't getting no better. Number two, pay attention to Snoop. He realizes that God is real. You better realize that God is real. What in the world is the theme song to your life. You may need to look on Snoop's gospel album. That's all I got for now. This is D, and let's stress for life. That's what's up. Peace.